The lights flickered in the small room, casting eerie shadows that danced across the walls. The air buzzed with an unsettling energy as Samantha thumped her laptop on the aging wooden desk, thoroughly engrossed in her new obsession, an urban legend about an old video game. They called it Five Nights at Freddy's, or Fnaf for short. Her friends had warned her about it, claiming it would give her nightmares. Yet, she welcomed the challenge. She was drawn to its mysterious realms and cryptic lore, a deep-seated urge demanding her attention. As Samantha booted up the game, a sense of foreboding wrapped around her like fog. Old animatronics with hollow eyes seemed to peer from the screen, waiting for her to unlock their sinister secrets. She felt it all vibrate with life as she clicked play. The choppy sounds of static surged through her speakers. Shadows flickered in her peripheral vision. A lingering unease clawed at her gut. It was only a game, she reassured herself, though every rational thought began to unravel. She waded through nights filled with tension, battling the encroaching darkness that haunted each level. The animatronics moved slowly, their mechanical joints clicking ominously, yet they held a sinister charm. As she progressed, Samantha noticed peculiar drawings left behind by previous players hidden within the game, cryptic symbols and phrases etched in pixelated chaos. Her curiosity deepened. She felt compelled to uncover what lay beneath the surface, the true essence of the horror. The more she played, the more engrossed she became. The lore seemed to morph in real time. Pages from an old diary emerged within the game, detailing the tragic tales of children who had mysteriously disappeared, their souls eternally trapped inside the robotic shells. The story twisted and turned, a labyrinthine puzzle that felt frighteningly real. Samantha, isolated in her tiny room, began to sense that she wasn't alone. She could almost feel the eyes of something watching her, waiting for her to unravel the deeper horrors of Fnaf. One night, as she delved deeper, an overwhelming chill filled the room, the shadows seeming to stretch beyond the confines of the screen. The dialogue in the game shifted, growing more personal as the characters spoke not just to her, but for her. "Help us," they pleaded, and a chill crawled down her spine as she recognized their voices. They were mirroring whispers from her own childhood fears, memories lurking on the fringes. Confused, she shook her head, adjusting her headset. The voices only grew louder, clawing at her sanity. With a shuddering realization, she peeled her eyes from the screen and glanced at the reflection on her darkened window, the faint light from the laptop illuminating her face. Behind her, shadows twisted and morphed into grotesque shapes. There, twisted, human-like figures slumped against her wall, their hollow eyes glinting from the corner of the room. She blinked. The reflection disappeared, but something remained, an unsettling presence permeating the air. As she fought to maintain her grip on reality, a final surge of energy enveloped her, an all-encompassing darkness as the game reached its climax. Desperate, she pressed on, but the pleas from the animatronics grew frantic, demanding that she finish it. The screen blinked red, rapidly flashing images filtered through her mind. Tears, screams, and a vision of children crying out, eternally trapped in that looming purgatory. Her heart thundered in her chest as she realized each click brought her closer to their salvation. Yet the horror of their plight threatened to swallow her whole. The screen froze. An unexpected sudden stillness enveloped the room. Samantha's breath caught in her throat, the familiar electronic sounds vanishing, replaced by soft, ghostly whispers, echoing tales of loss. Panic fluttered within her. Had she gone too deep? Was she losing her grip? Then, as if to answer her, the game provided a final, chilling twist, a pop-up window announcing, "You have completed the cycle." But she knew it wasn't done. The realization raced through her. She couldn't leave the game. Just as a laugh, low and haunting, erupted from the speakers, the laptop screen flickered and went dark. A chilling realization sank in. As the light died, she could hear them, the desperate voices calling from the shadows. They were coming for her. She felt a pull, as though the animatronics were extending their lifeless hands through the digital fabric, blurring the worlds. Between game and reality, and perhaps now forever, trapped alongside those lost souls, entering a horror no one could escape. The air thickened, wrapping around Samantha like a suffocating shroud. As she fumbled with the power cord, casting frantic glances at the lifeless screen, the shadows in her room seemed to pulse as if breathing, each inhalation a whispered lament. Her heart raced, echoing in the silence as she felt the weight of 10,000 eyes watching her, waiting for their chance to snatch her away. Suddenly, a low mechanical whir resonated, emanating from the laptop. Samantha's fingers jerked away, a paralyzed horror gripping her as the screen flickered back to life. But this time, it was not the game she recognized. The familiar static and pixelated chaos morphed into blackness, and there, glowing ominously at the center, was an image of her own face, eyes wide with terror, a hollow reflection twisted by the fleeting light. The animatronics surrounded it, grinning in grotesque union, their faces set in a fixed, malevolent joy. "Play with us, Samantha," they whispered, their voices overlapping, merging into a cacophony of despair and laughter. "Join us forever." "No," she shouted, but her voice was swallowed, an echo swallowed by the darkness around her. Gritting her teeth, she stumbled back, her foot catching on the desk leg. The sensation felt surreal, the world tilting as she fell, yet instead of striking the floor, she found herself suspended, as if caught between realms. The game demanded her presence, it called to her with an insatiable hunger. "Help us," the chorus sang, the animatronics blending into human shapes, their glassy eyes now liquid, reflecting fragments of her own memories. "We are trapped, just like you. Play the final night." The darkness spun faster, blurring her vision until it cleared, and suddenly she was back in the game, the room unnervingly familiar, an exact replica of her own. The flickering lights were replaced by an eerie luminescence, casting long shadows that danced on the walls, mocking her. With trembling hands, Samantha picked up the virtual controls, her actions driven by an unseen force. She tried to log out, to escape the cycle, but her hands wouldn't obey. Each button press echoed with a finality, like a key turning in a lock that would never turn back. Each action was a replay of her fears, coaxing her deeper into agony, pulling her soul toward the abyss. "Face your fears, finish the game," the disembodied voices urged, surrounding her. The walls of her room looped in an endless cycle. Time itself seemed to twist and wind around her like razor wire. She could hear the cries of the children mingling with her own, their anguish curdling inside her chest. "Join us!" With each flick of the virtual switch, she was forced to witness the children's final moments, trapped within circuits and wires, their spirits flickering like dying lights, merging with her own anguish now. Shadows of the animatronics closed in, their sharp edges glinting menacingly as they ascended toward her, clawing at her sanity. "No, I won't join you," she screamed, her voice shattering the illusions, but the walls shook, laughing at her defiance. She grasped for reality, felt the seams of both worlds ripping apart, and as the darkness clawed at her, she stumbled forward, yearning for the exit. The screen erupted in static, a final, monstrous rendition of her cries, her fears woven into a melody of despair, reverberating in her mind. "You are one of us. You were always meant to be one of us," she heard a feminine voice shriek, its tone ripe with insanity. Then a blinding flash filled the room before everything stilled. Shadows wrapped around her, and the air stopped moving. In the silence that followed, Samantha felt a strange calm wash over her, a sensation terrifyingly comforting as a soft voice whispered directly into her mind. "All will be well. You'll always be safe with us." As the enveloping darkness consumed her entirely, her thoughts slipped away. Her identity merged with the cacophony of the souls drawn into the depths. Her screams, absorbed into the game, faded. Alone, yet not alone, Samantha became part of the lurking shadows, an echo within the game she had fought to escape, forever entwined with the lost children and the hollowed-out husks of toys. Outside her windows, dawn came slowly, indifferent and bright, while the laptop flickered ominously in her empty room, a chilling promise for the next player destined to awaken the darkness once more. The cycle continued, an endless torment of gamers lost, the animatronics ever hungry, perennially seeking, forever waiting for their newest prey.